get that to stop. I'll do it this way. Oh, that won't work either. Going well. Ta-da! Doesn't work. Hopeless.
I think he's going to get his stand if you want it.
No, it's alright. It's not a bad night tonight. What do you think?
Oh, so quite close.
15.4 degrees Celsius here on the west coast. You're listening to Radio Seeds without the music. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I miss you. I'm going, baby. Will you miss me too? Get out of here now. Right, let's see what's going on, because I don't know what's going on. Hello? Anyone there? You have to put my gloves on in a seductive manner. Do 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 do. I'm just kidding. It is a nice evening. 15.4 degrees here on the west coast of Australia. And, hello Black Cat, it's going to rain tomorrow, guaranteed. We have a cold front coming from the Antarctic, about 3,000 miles wide. So we will see something we haven't seen for half a year. Raindrops.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Oh, live singing.
Can't remember the rest.
Getting warm there. Well, it's still warm here. We're getting 24s, 25 degrees. It's like winter's not happening yet, but when this cold front comes up. Hello, Mrs. Seed, said Black Cat.
Hello.
Yes, but it will actually rain. We can't get past this one. It's a monster. Imagine a cold front coming near you, 3,000 miles wide, straight from the Antarctic. The problem with these cold fronts is we get a bit of rain, which is good. Farmers are looking forward to it, but there could be all sorts of nasties in it. My real name is Monique, as the little black cat wags its tail. Hello, Mel. I didn't see Mel, but hello. Yes, Mel, brace, brace, brace. We have an Antarctic cold front approaching.
More rain than we've had.
Who, Mel?
Yeah.
Mel's only over there. What are you talking about?
What?
Mel is just over there.
That over there is far enough away that when we lived over there, we had more rain than over here.
Mel's in Perth. Different Mel?
No, that's Mel.
Rain?
You had no rain, Mel?
It's coming. We've got this huge front, Mel. It's supposed to be 4 and a bit thousand kilometres wide.
I like that name.
No, nothing yet. You'll probably get some late tomorrow afternoon or when the sun goes down. It is going to be windy. Yeah, I said, you're just over there. We used to live over there next to you.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. But when we lived down there, we had storms, rain, whatever, and Perth didn't, or vice versa. I like that name, Monique, actually.
We don't get a choice with this one. It is monstrous. But I've lived in the state long enough to tell you that sometimes you just get a lot of wind, 80, 90 k's. It's 16 degrees here, believe it or not, Mel. But, yeah, and then sometimes you get little tornadoes in there. Between here and Mandurah, in quite a few little spots, they've had tornadoes over the year with these cold fronts. Have you turned up? He's watching State of Origin. That's rugby.
Origin.
No one watches rugby in West Australia. You don't like the heat, black cat. Well, you're not going to live where I live. It's winter and we have 25 degrees during the days.
See, I prefer the summer. All seasons are nice, don't get me wrong. All seasons can be enjoyable. But I do prefer probably spring.
Black cat's from Queensland. Well, they've had a bit of rain this year. Sorry, love. What?
Spring's probably the best. The summer's good. You do prefer warmer weather.
Oh, I like. I just love rain, but
Oh yeah, rain.
I haven't had any
obviously.
for ages. When we lived in Mandurah a few years ago, we had monster thunderstorms, some real beauties, electrical mainly, but VMAC, get out from under Tucker's bed now. Hello, Seedling, says Lynn. Yeah, we're doing well. Went down and
I
did.
like that seedlings.
We went down and did a little bit of final bits to do with the extensions, which was good. And now the boss over there has got about 7 or 8 websites to go to select colours and fittings and stuff. I'm staying well clear of that.
No, you won't.
I will.
You'll
No.
say that.
Oh, nothing. Do it.
You'll say those
No,
colours
no,
don't go.
don't start. Don't start.
Don't think you're leaving. Excuse me, we have a domestic. Don't think you're leaving me out of the,
Well, I'm not
garden.
going to. If you pick like lime green for the exterior colour and orange bench tops, I'm going to say something, all right? There's going to be a bit of a blur going on, but you've got a fairly good discerning taste, so over to you.
Right. I just don't want everything white. I don't
No?
want white here, white there, white everywhere. I don't want that.
I'm not keen on black. We look at it getting stone top for our benches. I really wanted timber, but the wife wants stone top. Another try. What, your husband with you or the rugby? Mel? No, I don't dislike rugby. It's just that I played AFL, so I actually like rugby union in preference to that stop-start game they play over there.
VMAC, that's just too cold.
What is it?
It's got 8. It should be 18 to 20.
I tell you what, I finished it off tonight, but that steak, you pay for what you get. It was close to $22.
Yeah, well, no more coffee
One
for
piece
me
of steak.
this week.
No more what?
No coffee for me this week because she
Oh,
bought
no.
that steak.
No,
Just kidding.
I don't buy a steak like that all the time. It was just a thing to do for Tucker. It's been quite that cold. The problem is, I'm pretty sure, VMAC, you're in for a warm summer for sure. Oh, Mel had a bit of rump last night.
Oh, did she?
Oh, do tell, Mel. Pizza night while the rugby's on. Just whack her in. Bing! I hate meals cooked in a microwave. Mind you might have even ordered Uber pizza. I don't know.
No, Mel would have made it.
6:30 p.m. Ooh. It's well and truly dark by the time you got home. Disgusting, says Mel. I didn't mention anything. I just said you had a bit of rump. Mel, come to the front of the class. Put whatever you've got down in your hand on the table. I'm going to read it. Remember them days? So you two like talking, do you? Well, you're both going to the opposite end of the classroom. And I'm going to give you the cane. Not that you really deserve it, but it makes me feel good. I got the cane heaps of times when I was in school as a kid.
Yeah, that'd be nice, Lynn.
Girls always used to pass little folded bits of messages. They're sitting next to each other, all right, but they'll pass bits of paper. And the teacher will grab them and say, I like Johnny, do you? Really? Johnny, do you know anything about this? No, sir. 2 girls, they have a war now because the paper got caught by the teacher. This is the true story. I landed in Australia in 1969. Now, Mel would know where I'm saying next, but our family went out and lived in Three Springs in January. And then in February, I went to school. Here I am with my white legs, white skin, straight off the 4 feet snow at Heathrow Airport, and I'm in Three Springs. And I get there, and one of the young teachers said, just get in line. So I got in line, and there's this whole line of about 50 boys heading up to like the middle of the school. I'm thinking, this is weird. Didn't do this back when I was a kid. So I eventually get to the actual veranda, because, you know, walking up, I eventually get to the veranda. About half an hour later, and I hear this. Every boy in the school, and this is my first day. I didn't know what was going on. I was just in the line. First day at school, I get the cane. And then after the principal gave me the cane, he said, and what's your name? And I went, huh. Told him. He said, oh, this is your first day. And I'm thinking, it's absolutely true. I did fly by plane, but I went straight into the colonies for punishment. First day at school, I had welts on my hands for about a week. It wasn't the last time I got it though. After that, I deserved it. Why did every boy in the school get the cane? Because one of them, 2 days before, had gone to the school and smashed about 10 windows. And someone in the neighbourhood said, it's one of them kids from your school, I saw them. So that was my introduction to Australian education, punishment. And I'm not kidding you, that's exactly what happened. But, you know, I don't think they're allowed to cane him anymore. They call it child abuse. Mind you, some of the kids in school, I'm just saying.
The things they used to do. Chuck blackboard dusters at kids if they were misbehaving. Slap you with a ruler whenever they felt like it.
Well, I didn't laugh because it wasn't the canes that I saw later on when I was in Australia. It was about 3/4 inches thick and about, I don't know, bamboo. 2.5 feet long of very hard bamboo that didn't bend, Mel. You know the other ones you got that flexed a bit? Not these. He got me on my inside knuckle of this finger, and it sort of was swollen for about a week and a half.
No thanks, Scarlett. It was bad enough. Like
What's
I
that?
said, Scarlett was schooled by the Sisters of Mercy.
Oh,
should have
Lord.
seen the beatings they had.
Catholic schools have a terrible history here for punishment and other things. But
yeah,
when nuns used to run the classrooms, they were brutal. I remember I did some work around a Catholic school. It was a mixed school then, but up until then it was just a boys' school, but the girls went there as well. And the nuns taught the girls and the priest taught the boys. And you'd hear these nuns yelling at the top of their, screaming at the top of their lungs at the girls in the class. Hello, Sids. They were loud. They weren't all Irish, but that sometimes helped with their yelling.
Yeah, probably they make, depends on the area, the nuns, I suppose. But like I said, when we were growing up, they'd just get the blackboard duster, and that was a hard, bloody lump of wood. And they would just chuck it at the kid. Oh, you, pay attention, they'd say. It's like, it was terrible.
I remember my teacher when I was in grade 5. I don't know how old you are then. What are you? 9, 10, something like that. My teacher, and I remember his name. His name was Mr. Rinaldi. So he was obviously Italian in there somewhere. But he had great pleasure. You remember the rulers that you could flex? And then you remember the rulers that were just solid timber that didn't flex? He used to use the edge of the roller, and you wouldn't see him coming. You might just be leaning over saying to your mate, what are you doing after school? Phoomp! over the top of your knuckles. I mean, I swear, most of these people would be in jail now for some of the things they did. He actually smashed my knuckles so bad I could, you know, when you get so bad you can't bend them. Well, there's two of them I couldn't bend for quite a long time. And he was a bit dropper because he soon learnt that I was pretty athletic at sport, so I got in the football team. And this is how it goes. This is life. This is a great metaphor for life. Because I was very good at this game of football, which I'd never played before, I was fairly tall, I could take a big screamer and kick goals and all those wonderful things. I didn't get the cane anymore in his class because he didn't want me to miss footy, did he? Some people are just sick. But I figured out, oh, okay, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah, it was very strange.
Mel's only a young chicken.
Mel?
Yeah, so near 44, she said.
44? Just a puppy. Come here, Mel.
Yeah, in a lot of schools it's banned here. They're not allowed to do a lot of stuff, which is good because some of the stuff teachers got away with was ridiculous.
I used to play sport with loads of teachers. We used to call them chalkies for the obvious reason because they'd use chalk on the board. Some of them, and I'm not kidding you, in the probably 80s and 90s when I wasn't in school, were terrified of the students. I kid you not. You've probably got, hello Awesome, you've probably got similar stories to tell.
Oh yeah,
the 80s and 90s, the kids virtually
Yeah.
scared the hell out of some teachers.
Drove teachers out crying.
Yeah? Yeah, like I say, I reckon I still got marks on my fingers from getting big wooden. But some people, like I say, shouldn't be in that position, be it in a institution, Catholic Church, example, normal. Some people shouldn't be teachers. I mean, they just can't handle kids. You generally find out the ones that are pretty mean don't have any kids. Oh, Mel's groovy. You were born 20 years too late, Mel. I was using that all the time. Peace, man. Groovy. Headbands, long hair. I can just see Mel at one of them rock festivals in the 70s, late 70s. Now listen. Far Out, that's another one, Scarlett. Cool, let's not forget that one. Far Out, cool. I'm not sure when the word cool disappeared, because I do know the kids today say, oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what? And if I say, oh, that's cool, they go, what? Generational. Everything was pretty cool. Far out. It was a strange, different world. You talk about, well, I don't know about you, but no one locked their door when I was a kid, ever. And if you happened to sleep over to your mates and you weren't in your bed in the morning, they knew that you'd slept over at your mates. That was out. That's all right. 28 degrees. Another 10 degrees, you can take your jumper off, Awesome.
Is that Celsius?
I'm pretty sure she's saying
Is
it's
that
Celsius.
Awesome? Oh my God, you live in Alice Springs.
Alice is cold during winter. Ooh. Actually, even cool during summer times. Have a yap to the Jedi Master.
I was gonna. Oh look, there's my halo again. There's my light. I didn't want to make a coffee, but I was gonna go make a coffee.
Are you going to make a coffee?
Yeah.
I'll take the orders. All right. Let's see. Sid's, I think she has white, no sugar. Mel is white with a dash of sugar. Awesome has a bucket of sugar with a bit of coffee on top. VMAC just wants blood. If you could just get a cup of warm blood, not room temperature, warm.
Oh, brave Mel.
Hello, Laura. Tell Laura I love her. Tell Laura I care. What year was that?
I can't see Laura yet.
Come on. What year was that? I don't know. I don't see half the message. I just saw someone say, hello, Laura.
Laura, where are you? I can't see you.
She likes her coffee black.
No sugar, real cream. Okay.
No, 1944.
1944.
Nah, a bit later than that, Mel, but that's a good stab in the dark. 62, I think, off memory. Could be 61, Scarlett. Could be 61. Well, it's funny, you know, in the 70s, all the 50s and 60s music was the most popular. The music in the 70s was developing, okay, but it's pretty much the same as you go through generations. What?
I was going to say that, Awesome, but I thought I'd better not, so I kept my mouth shut and you said it.
What?
Awesome said, actually, I like my coffee like my men black, with a little cream and really sweet. I was going to say that, but I thought, no, I won't.
Awesome. You've been a bad girl. Actually, Irish, have you ever had Irish coffee? I got two, didn't I? I got you an Irish whiskey one,
Yeah.
and an Irish cream one.
And I like Irish coffee.
But you didn't like the alcohol.
What it was is I don't like their whiskey.
I don't mind Irish whiskey, but not in coffee. Mel and Awesome at the front of the class. Now, girls, after school, you'll be coming to my office, okay? After you've been running around playing sport and getting sweaty and hot, I want you in my office at 4:30, okay? There will be punishment involved here, okay? It'll be in your best interest not to be late. Dirty old sport teachers, eh?
Oh, you look nice, Sid. That'll be nice. Yeah, I was thinking of actually getting a perm.
All right.
I did that a few times.
My hair's getting to the totally unmanageable stage.
I've walked into hairdressers or whatever with Sid's getting a haircut or the
I'm
kids
in
or,
space. See that? It stays where it is.
or whatever.
The static.
And I've said to them, could I please have a perm? And they just look at me.
What does Berg say? You just wish you had this hair. It's alive! So yeah, if you think you have a bad hair day, well, I just grow a forest. That's it.
Should screen capture
But
that.
it's awkward because it is getting longer, but I have the tiniest little ponytail and it looks a bit puffy.
Oh, that's a man
So I just
bun.
let it hang out.
That's a man bun. Who does Seeds look like, Scarlett? Merlin, yes. Everyone says that, yeah. Or, what's his name? What's,
You shall not pass. I get that all the time.
oh, what's the other one? What's the other name? That people call him, not Merlin.
Don't know.
From the movie, Lord of the Rings, is it?
Well, that's what I just said.
Yeah, but what did he call him?
Gandalf.
That's it.
That's it. Sid's picked up on it.
Mel.
There's an old video I did just for fun. And it was to do with the end of the world. And I can forget what the title of it's called, but
Oh,
what's it called, that one?
I'd have to go look. Why did, because it just needed a good trimling.
What's that?
That's why you cut your hair off.
No, I cut it off because when close to my family no longer with us, I'll cut my hair off then.
Yeah, but that's 2 years ago. 3. That's... Yes. We had a medieval wedding.
Yes, that's because I'm medieval.
I don't... I'm the only one who can see that. Mel, if you go through my photos, you'll see our wedding.
Ah, I know the name of the show that I did. You can see my hair longer. Father Time, isn't that what it was called?
Yeah.
If you go to my channel, go search on the channel and type in Father Time. It's probably about the longest my hair I've grown in the last 10 years. When I was younger, my hair was nearly down to my bum. Yeah, it's called Father Time something. Is it just Father Time?
I think it's just
Funny Father Time, I think it is.
I think it's just Father Time.
Or if you just type in Father Time and then my channel name, Seeds to Freedom, then you, as me and Sid's found out the other day, then you can find it easy. No, my hair was a lot longer than that. It was just shoulder length, that one. I swear, if I had never cut my hair, I'd be walking on the bloody stuff. But when I was younger, my hair was woolly, is the best way to describe it. Tight curls. My wife is threatening to do a montage of me. You know, there's one me playing the guitar when I was like 14 with this big bouffant.
Looking at a Playboy magazine.
Yeah, looking at a Playboy magazine. Obviously I was looking and not knowing what I was looking at.
Oh, you did so.
Being a good Christian boy.
Oh, come on. You knew full well.
But generally when my hair does get long, the wife puts it in a plait. It's just easier to manage. And it's easier to lie down on if you've got a plait, you know what I mean? Steven sort of put it in a ponytail, you go to lie down and it's, oh, bloody great lump there. January, we believe, don't we?
What?
The 9th grandchild's due about January.
Yeah.
Middle of January, something like that. So I'm adding on another bedroom. No, I'm only kidding. No more bedrooms. Hello, darling. I'm wearing underwear today, so don't scare you. Do you like my runners? What do they call these? The leotards? Hello, Jazz. Welcome to the Nut House. Please leave your faculties at the door with the rest of them. Haven't seen any cooking videos from you, Mel. I've been seeing them from Sid's. Oh, there's the police vehicles on their way to Mandurah as we speak. But you know, well, most of us here love cooking. But you can see some obvious things, like you've got Gordon Ramsay, who's just a bastard. He's just like yelling at people and being mean and nasty. Whereas you've got the female Nigella Dawson with the big boobies. Oh, I'm just going to make some creme de menthe over the top of the lamb. Oh, is my boob in the camera enough, cameraman? Don't think she's cooking. There's something heating up, but I'm not sure whether it's food. Sex sells, let's be honest. Most of the ads you see for cars have these gorgeous women, bathing suits, leaning up against the car. And when you ask, do I get one of them with the car? They go, no. Well, don't false advertise. I was saying, most advertising is due to bums and boobs. In some form in advertising, that's how it works. You could sell lead pencils with half-naked women. Get your pencils sharpened by Pointy Company. 2 near-naked women either side of a pencil. Pencils go through the roof. But do you remember when you go to the drive-in? It certainly does. It's the advertising's godsend. It's sex. You go to the drive-in and you'd always have the voiceovers. Like, tonight, will she make it through the forest or will she die? What's that? Oh.
Hold it there still for a couple of seconds. Give them a chance to see it.
Looky, looky. Can you see that?
I can't check because you've got my phone.
No, I'm asking them. This is Lacey Rocks, and I'm the prince from Dubai. Dun, dun, dun. No. She was standing in a hole. We've got another one. It's a great one of my mother-in-law and father-in-law. I'll try and get a bit of flashback. Might have to turn this around. I'm struggling with this one. Yes, I'm zooming in on Oma and Orpa, but it's a bit blurry. I do apologise.
It is a bit blurry. Can you
We
move
met
it
in
back?
prison, Lynn.
Keep still.
I was a prison officer, as you know. So sometimes it just doesn't work, does it?
Move it back.
So that was a medieval wedding. Yes, I'm pretty tall. I think your dad was about 5'11", wasn't he? It was quite tall.
It's a bit blurry though.
Yeah, I think it might
Right,
just be the camera's not picking it up.
Do it slowly.
No, it doesn't matter how I hold the camera, it's just blurry.
Oh.
And my best man was a monk. Oh, skeletons in the closet coming out.
Go show my dad. That's my dad, awesome.
He was a great man. Oh, geez, I don't know why for some reason. I'm doing it on an angle so you can see, because if I hold it straight, he came as a king. If I hold it like that, it just goes blurry.
Give it to me for a minute.
Alright, obviously a man doesn't know how to do it.
I think it's the light.
That's what I said. It's worse that way. She's doing well, isn't she? Give it here, I'll do it.
I can't make this coffee.
Obviously I missed the writing.
Awesome, I just got it.
What? All right, yeah.
I love it, awesome. Oh, that's a keeper.
You keep that awesome. But I'm going to spread the rumour. That's the guy you're having phone sex with. A white guy. The rumour mill will be just, have you heard?
They're awesome. I'll do maybe a video up of all the old photos one day, but I just sent them to you, awesome. But I love that awesome. You screenshot it. That's a brilliant one. Jeez.
I'm terribly upset. Yeah? Well, I got hair. I want all the members of Boyd over 60 to take their hats off and their toupees, like this one. There we go. She had a, did you see the other day, guys? I pissed myself laughing. Now, it was a church somewhere in Southern America where your president went dressed like this. His new hairstyle.
Yeah, my dad was.
Did you see that?
Lovely.
Bit like that. Donald Trump. I thought that was quite funny. I think he'll stick with the font though. Trademarked. That was funny. He had his hair all pushed back and I'm thinking, whoa. There was a question years ago. It was a funny show on Australian television and it had lots of American and Canadian guests. Some singers and performers and comedians. And they did these quizzes. And one of the quizzes was, now the Americans were asked if they had to eliminate 5 states in America, just because they had to, you know, they didn't have a choice. They wanted to write them down on a piece of paper. And at the end of the show, they'd read them out. There were about 3 Americans on that show. It went as the following. Florida was first, to go. All right. New York State, to go. California. So they picked all the big ones. All of them. Just decided that they wanted all the big, poncy big states that don't really care about the rest of the nation to go. Mind you, I think 2 of the 3 were country singers, from the Midwest, so I didn't know Iowa was a state. I thought it was just, plantation country. I'm not sure I can do a sexy laugh. Come on, Sids. I'll get awesome to run a competition. The sexiest laugh. Well, apparently, VMAC, if there was a major catastrophe in the world and everything started to sink, America would be split in half because everything in the middle would be full of water. Straight up the Mississippi. Draw a line, it'd probably connect to the Hudson Bay and to the bay in the Gulf. Apparently, there was a report that came out yesterday about climate change from Monash University, which is a lot of big wigs that know what they're talking about. One of them is actually the head of was the head of the Coal Miners Association, so he used to be in the production of CO2. They stated yesterday that it's unlikely that we can reverse the effects of global warming. We're past that stage. More alarmingly, they said the Earth will be uninhabitable by the year 2050. 30 years from now. Uninhabitable. Which I thought was a bit alarming. Not a great future for my grandkids. 30 years? I don't think I'll be here. Probably not many of you either. Maybe a couple of Awesome will be here. Definitely, Awesome will be here. But they did, you did read that too, Lynn, did you? Yeah, 2050. Literally 30 and a half years from now. And I can remember back 30 years, it's not that long ago, 1990. You start talking in those terms, like, do you remember the 1990s? You go, yeah. We'll go forward 30 years and none of us will be alive. It's not a very long time, but they were adamant that we'd reached the point of no return, and even if drastic measures were taken, it's unlikely. Well, I mean, if global warming occurs, people like VMAC will be living in paradise. Seriously, should be growing tropical bananas, palm trees. It'll be the greatest place on Earth to live, other than Greenland and the North Pole. Well, of course, there won't be a North Pole, because it'll be melted. You'll just be in a boat, rowing around in a circle for the rest of your life. Are we at the North Pole? You're always at the North Pole, son. Keep rowing. But we've had our hottest autumn since 1885.
Oh, that's when you were born. No, you were born 1959. 1859.
Not bad skin for a 200-year-old. But it's grim news, even if they're sort of wrong, and it just gets terrible.
Yes, I'd like
That's
4
not
seasons.
a good future.
4 seasons is good, isn't it, VMAC?
We have one season, dry.
Well, we have the last 6 months, but hopefully we get rain tomorrow. That'll be a news.
We'll just be out here. It'll be like really cold and windy. We'll just be standing out here looking at the rain, like penguins. Can you see that? Quick, go over here. There's more rain.
How did we all meet? What do you mean, Sids? How did we meet on the internet? Or you're talking about how did I meet Seeds? Or how did Seeds meet Hooker?
I haven't met Hooker yet, but I need to get a bit more of a tan.
Now she'll love you the way you are.
As long as she brings a stepladder, all will be well.
Oh, how did Well, take a guess. I'd like. Well, some of you might know, but have a wild guess how we met.
In prison.
No, not in prison.
I was wearing uniform when I met her. Trust me. Sexy caper-skinned fella. What's that all about? At the market?
No.
At the meat market. Well, here's a guess. Here's a clue. Where did you guys meet me?
Hey, Signature.
Is Sig there, is he?
Yeah.
Hello, Jeff.
I'll read to it.
What's he saying?
Online, yes, we met online. He said the angry red-headed stepchild midget ginger boy elf man is mad because he has a tiny cocktail wiener.
Nothing wrong with a tiny cocktail wiener. It's having no wiener, which is the problem.
How you going, Signature?
Any news from our mysterious lost friend?
Hey, Terry.
Sig, any news at all? Rather saddened if he's left us, it'd be sad, but...
Who are you talking about?
Tony.
What?
I don't know, no one's seen Tony for 6 to 8 months now.
Oh.
And I don't start rumour or speculation, but I would like to know what happened. No news. Okay. Hopefully we can find out.
Because I've got lag on one and I'm sitting right next to you. I'm not seeing messages until...
Sure it's not just a personal issue that you suffer from?
The what?
Oh dear.
Yes, we met online.
Yep, all I did to find my wife was type in lesbians are us. First picture came up.
Oh, stop it.
Start a rumour. This mob loves that shit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you were saying, again, we don't know. He might have just
Well,
thrown it all away. You never know.
He was pretty sick, Signature, but somebody must know. This is why it's good to, that when you do talk to people for so many years, is to have some sort of outside communication that you can tell each other what's happened. Because we all love Tony.
Yeah, I mean, Tony, if a lot of people didn't like Tony because he was a bit brash, but he was a very funny man. I'm not saying as in past tense, he might still be with us. Yeah, I'd had conversations with some of the issue he'd had.
You know who might know is
Luther
Kentucky boy, yeah.
No, he won't know.
Since we've been together for how many years?
Close to 20
I mean,
years nearly.
Yeah, his my date hasn't run out yet, so close to 20 years.
Asking a lot of personal questions tonight.
Yeah, she said question. That's okay.
I'll just take my pants off so I don't have to answer any more questions.
Hey, it's Sean. Shall we catch you up, Sean? How did Seeds and I meet? Was the last question. I'm making coffee.
Pornhub.
I don't care. Ask away. Yeah, Hillbilly Tech. Maybe he'll know.
No, he
knows
doesn't.
Nothing either.
He doesn't know.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and find out.
I'm okay not knowing, don't get me wrong. I don't strive and have to know anything. It's a case of it would just be nice to know.
Well, I'm different. I would like to know because we talked to him for many years.
She's a woman. She has to
I like Tony. Awesome. My hubby and I met the old-fashioned way. I cussed him out out for parking in my spot.
So to rekindle those flames, what do? Go to parking lots?
Oh, that's their date night. Is that your date night? Awesome. You go to a parking lot. Oh, that's so cute, though. It's fun hearing stories like that.
And the only problem is, they can't have copulation unless they're in that very parking spot.
Oh my God.
Now they drive there most nights and they get there and someone's parked in there. There's a ginger-headed kid in a van and he's saying, "Back off!"
Oh dear.
I don't mind Gerald. He's all right.
Walmart parking lot. Are you serious? Awesome. Oh,
I
good
met
one, Mel. You were
husband
looking
in
up his
his front
shorts.
yard up a cent. Oh yeah, you checking out the bananas, were you?
I was looking up his... Oh, it was a car crash.
Have you had any car crashes since then, Mel? In other words, your husband can turn around and say to you, "You've had a car crash. Are you seeing another man?"
He's a bit coffee.
Are you still there, Jeff? Ask for a reason. Or signature, if you prefer. Because if you're there, I'm going to do you a promo, okay? Just give me a couple of secs. You can edit.
What are you doing?
Just doing it for Jeff.
Oh, I've got screenshots.
If you're not watching TM movies, you're not watching anything. That was an unpaid promotion for TN movies. And do go there, watch it. If you've not heard of TN movies, that'll be interesting. He has a very concise way of delivering pathos or irony and humour. And generally he'll deliver the humour in such a way the person who's the centre of the humour thinks it's funny. But most of the time there's a little dagger, like, "Ito, Brutus!" But it's meant to be delivered that way. Meant to make you laugh, make the person in the centre of the actual movie aware. If you didn't know that, he's very clever at that, very intelligent man.
So Jazz,
And he paid me $3,000 this morning, so that's why he's getting the promo.
so Jazz met hers Onslow in a camp.
Onslow,
In a camp.
beaut spot Onslow.
Yeah.
I was in Onslow a long time ago.
I used to, because I was a ranger up north when I lived in the mining town. So I was a Shire of Ashburton ranger. Used to travel to Onslow and ran the library. Well, ran.
The only time I've seen something in the sky that I couldn't explain, they were lights, okay? I've been there don't go there. It's a case of lost causes, 5-6 years ago I think we were there. But yeah, no, I saw something in the Onslow skies that to this day I can't tell you what it was. But and it's local folklore. We weren't the only sheep looking up into the sky at the time. But up round that way, some of the best fishing in the world. Nah, Jazz, these were up in the sky, about a dozen of them, moving at speeds that a seagull couldn't do. But because I don't know what they are, I have nothing to say other than I can't explain it. Yeah, no, I don't know where he should go, but he should go. Doesn't have to be to Slab City, he just has to go.
Well, he wouldn't survive if he went out to Onslow, would he, Jazz?
He wouldn't survive in Australia.
I should show my paperwork. Yes, I used
All right,
to...
Black Cat, you have a good one?
See you, Black Cat. It's amazing what you learn about people. I used to be a librarian. I used to run the little library at the mining town.
You used to be a librarian.
Librarian.
Chuck another R in there.
Librarian.
Librarian.
Was the best job.
Librarian sounds like you're one of 11 zodiac signs.
And I loved it. And of course then I was also the local ranger, but we're talking how many hundreds of kilometres?
No, it's millions of miles.
Yeah, that sort of was good.
I think if someone's smart, they will get a moose head and a skin, and while he's waddling down the street, just put it over the top of him.
Well,
Only during hunting season, though.
Signature could do a cartoon of that.
sent you pick Mrs. Seeds.
Okay.
No.
I bet you it's...
The last conversation I had with Tony, he was thinking about it. He was going to get Jeff, myself, and him just to do some hangouts. And I think that would have been good fun. Fortunately, I don't know where Tony is. But he has a very wry sense of humour, Tony. You're making my chickens with Mr. Wog. Or did you mean Wong? Canadians, like Australians, are pretty laid back. I've met many Canadians come to Australia. A lot of them were Americans who said, I said, where are you from? They say, Canada. What is your favourite YouTube channels? Oh yeah, see the car. The YouTube channels, documentary channels, probably my favourite American channel, other than TM Movies, which is a given, would be, what's that guy with the dog?
Boss of the Swamp.
Boss of the Swamp. I love things done by hands and building and energy produced by yourself. So Boss of the Swamp is probably my favourite American show. If they washed up in Australia, VMAC, I'm sure because Aussies loving the beach would push the buggers back in again. But yeah, there are some good channels every now and then. You get lucky in your feed. You know what I mean? You get something come up, you'll have a sticky beak, and it's interesting. But there's a lot of nonsense on YouTube. I tend to get no. And even though I do watch a lot of channels, and some of you I watch, I rarely comment. It's just been my nature for many years. I don't know why. Is it lazy? I think it's not. It's just a case of if I've just enjoyed the show and I've nothing to say other than it was good, I generally don't put anything in there. So don't take any offence from that.
No, you're just lazy.
No, I think it's like if someone... I don't like to tell
Hi,
people
Danny.
what to do, but I've got lots of experience in different areas, as everyone has, and I love the idea of sharing. But some younger blokes, you know that if you said something, they would fire back. You know, you're an old man, what would you know? And I go, right, okay.
So what is everybody's sort of favourite shows? Someone asked you there.
I don't like drama, as you probably
I know you
realise.
said I like drama. No, I'm kidding. I don't like drama. I like comedies, not really scary horror movies. A little bit scary's okay, but not big horror scary.
I quickly, and I like Vinny, don't get me wrong, but I quickly today jumped into Vinny's, and, or was it yesterday? Anyway, it was, I got in there, and God bless her, Irish Marie. You know, if you wanted somebody to, you know, clear a hall because there was a fire, you get Irish Marie on the mic because it all bolt.
We tried to meet up with her in Ireland, but...
Yeah, we offered to catch up with her.
Yeah, but she didn't want to, or she didn't answer
But I think she
us.
was planting landmines somewhere, I'm not sure. I don't dislike it, but my God, she got a voice on her.
Yep, I'm like that, Lynn.
I bet you are that fake birds. No. Not me, Sean. You know I just can't be bothered.
Oh my God, Sean.
But Irish is so loud.
Sean,
You know, I reckon if you had to break into someone's house, you wouldn't worry about the door. She'd just shatter the windows.
Sean, Seeds is not a troll.
I have one channel.
I'm the one who has to fix all the computer stuff up and everything, and no, I'm not a troll either.
No. If I can't say it to your face, I'm not going to say it.
I'm a trollette. That's why I'm a trollette.
It was about 3 or 4 years ago. And people were saying, what are your troll accounts? And I said, what the hell is a troll account? They said, well, you know, all the other channels you have. I said, A, I don't know how to do it. And B, I can't be bothered.
Why, who's getting trolled? What have I missed?
because people posting pics of her kids.
School?
Do that to me and I'll have you in
She
court.
won't ever meet any...
Easy.
Who are we talking about?
Yeah, every time Iris gets on, you got like, I think she's running a kindergarten. Smashing and banging and screaming kids and...
Okay.
What are you talking about? Of course you can hear me. Can't hear a bloody thing.
Bergs, the little pumpkin. And then you've got RC Bully, the little sweet pea.
I did flick on for about 30 seconds and listen to Bergs. Might have been yesterday. Apparently, Rosie O'Kelly is a spy working for the communist government because Berg said so. Really? I just probably think that she may not have given him enough money.
I've got to admit, sometimes it is funny going and listening to some of those real off-the-wall
I can only take so much.
drama chats. You just sort of start laughing.
I can only take so much. Yes, I think he's basically going to revert to conkers after this, Sean, because his marbles have got rolled down the hill already. He just has alcoholic, you know, he's an alcoholic and that's destroying his life. Yeah, I like all the weirdo sort of documentaries too. I've actually just nearly finished the Foxtel series of Vietnam. That was really interesting.
Oh yeah, those mortician documentaries we like those sort of things. Awesome, they're interesting actually. And I watched a series once, and got to watch the full series, beginning to end, 6 Feet Under. I absolutely loved it, and the ending was done brilliantly.
It's like I zipped in for about 20 minutes on Cooper's hangout. I haven't seen Cooper for a while, so I hopped in there. And he was saying certain things about how gender is strange, how people consider themselves. For me, if I meet somebody and they want me to call them Mrs. Banana, because that's what they want, I'll say, hello, Mrs. Banana. However, my perception is owned by me. So if someone says, okay, I'm a transgender banana, I go, okay, that's cool. If they ask me, what do you think I am? I'd say, well, you got a pair of tits, but you sound like a bloke, you walk like a bloke, and you spit like a bloke, and you drink like a bloke.
Oh, Sean said
So
that,
my perception is I own that, not someone else telling me what I should think. However, I will say always, good morning, Mrs. Banana, how are you?
Oh, Cooper said
But
that, yeah.
no, I said that. You just cannot force people and their perceptions of others, because that's our right, that's our individuality. See, transgender, for me, I have no problem with that. I think the word's a bit weird though. For me, you're either a man who wants to be a woman, so I'd call you and treat you like a woman. Do you know what I mean? Trans means like you're sort of in between. You're sort of like, I'm still aggressive masculine as a man, and I'm wearing a wig and I've got a set of boobs,
That's all right,
but I want you to call me
protector.
transgender. What we haven't, we're under attack. See, it's everyone, all of you have your own perception, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Like I say, if someone asked me, I say, do you really want to know what my perception is? And if they said yes, I'd tell them. Up until that, I'd say, good morning, Mrs. Banana. Well, yeah, no, the word is misconstrued. Transgendered sort of gives you an implication of both. Do you know what I mean, VMAC? I'm transgendering, or I am transgender, or I am a woman. I'd like to think it as, okay, well, you were a guy, but now you're a woman, so you're a woman. Not this label that says, I'm a transgender. I'm thinking, what is that? It's like being on a bus and not getting off. It's like taking a ride but never getting there. For me, if you think you're a woman and you want to be a woman, you're a woman. I'm easy. Doesn't bother me.
Are you easy, are you?
Well, yeah, $15 an hour.
There you go, awesome.
But you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to tell Sean how to think. I'm not going to tell Awesome how to think. And I'm sure both of them would say, good morning, Mrs. Banana,
Night, Mel.
as in respect. But their perception might be totally different, and they're entitled to it. It's like this community that calls themselves transgender. Every time someone like me will say something like this, they'll say, you're attacking us. I'm thinking, no. Keep your knickers on. Listen. No. Yes, I know. She's going to be boot. Just boot. Awesome. No, you know what I mean, Sean. Your perception won't change. Your point of view, your opinion, we're entitled to. Just because someone says, you have to think this way. You don't.
We all have our own thoughts, our own perceptions, our own
I'll
ideas.
give you a good example. Even though she's like we call her our trans child, like a grandchild. Nicole, for me, thinks like a woman, sounds like a woman, dresses like a woman. So I treat her like a woman. I perceive her as a woman. And when you talk about, does she always hang in the balance like, I'm transgendering? No, she's there. She's there. And I'm sure it's a process, but to be honest, I don't want to be told by somebody how I should think. That's my point.
We're becoming parents and grandparents to everyone on YouTube. How old do you bloody think we are?
Well, they do DNA testing.
Well, Cooper calls you dad.
Yeah, I think, see, this is the bit that I always emphasise. I like you because I like you. Except Johnny P. But when I say I like you, it's not because you're a man or a woman or something else. It's because I like you. I don't have to like something I don't like. Sean, tell your wifey you financed my channel. Ugh.
I what?
JP wouldn't survive in America. All the women would wither him down like a whittle stick. Have you finished with JP? Not yet.
Oh, yes.
You can have your go tomorrow.
Yeah, Awesome's got to have the floor with JP now. Look at him, ladies.
Hello,
Kisses.
ladies.
Oh, you missed some good photos, JP.
Here's Johnny.
So did your phone... Yeah, it looks like it's working.
Okay. We're not going to be on much longer anyway. These people don't deserve it. Especially them two girls, Mel and Awesome.
Well, Mel's gone.
Yeah, but 4:30 I said, after sports.
What? Oh. He's going to cane you, Awesome.
Actually, I'm trying to encourage JP to do a couple of hangouts, but he's a bit reluctant, a bit shy. Could wear his Power Rangers mask. You'll never guess who this is.
Oh, you've been watching the Origin.
Who won? I'm guessing the Blues.
Mel told you.
I didn't see it.
Queensland.
Queensland won? Holy hell.
Morning, Electric.
Electric, how are you?
Oh, Electric, sorry. Is it electric? I said electric. It's electric. Oh, electric. Eh. Oh, gee. I just have some more coffee.
Who was on last night getting D-double excited? Who's that? JP?
JP
I don't think so. JP is as straight as an arrow.
He went
mind
on
you,
JP.
the skirt does fit him well. I had a great idea, Awesome. When we finish with this editions, which is going to be a while, I'm going to run quiz nights. But what it is, I'm going to invite about 5 people on the panel. And I'll be answering the questions. And the panel will have, you all have to get a little buzzer noise or a bell or some funny noise. When I hear that, I'm going to say, Awesome, you've got the floor. And you'll say, Rome, 62 AD. I go, correct, 1 point for awesome. But if you get it wrong, you lose a point.
Oh, so you'll be asking the question and,
Yeah,
and the
as
five
in-
on the panel.
As in a panel on a hangout.
Right, I'll have a chicken buzzer.
Because when you're on the panel together, the beauty is there is no lag. Am I correct, awesome?
Hey, Vinny.
G'day, Vinny. Doing quizzes like I do and like you did, awesome. You've already spoken 40 seconds ago, asked the question, and you're sitting there waiting for someone to answer you.
Vinny can
But
be the...
on a hangout, together, you've actually got that, well,
Yeah.
pretty much instant response. But the audience will see it 40 seconds later.
Vinny can be the music man.
So I'll think about that, I'll do that. You stick to your 9-ball bingo and your 5 question quiz nights. I'll do the other one. I'm only kidding. Don't go in the car park, all right? Don't start burning the vehicle. Awesome.
Oh, okay. Danny G will be JP's voice. I'll have a chicken as my buzzer.
Yeah, you can have some funny buzzers. What it is, there'll be one winner progress to the final. And then we'll add another 4 people next week, 3 or 4, until we've exhausted the amount of people that want to play it. Then we'll have a final. And there'll be some incredible prizes, like a weekend at VMAX under the floorboards as the major prize. She just sticks tubes down there and every now and then puts a flashlight in your eye. Shut up. You won the damn prize. But it's about this time of night, I believe, that Awesome will fire up a hangout.
Or Vinny.
Or Vinny. I quickly popped in, I think it was yesterday, Vinny. Could have been today, I can't remember. Just about 5 minutes. And all I heard was a screaming Irish woman. So I left again.
You've got to laugh at Irish Marie. I love her in one way.
I mean, I reckon she's part of the IRA myself. I mean, I'm just saying. She could certainly be used as a weapon.
Oh, no more balls for you, Awesome said.
5-bowl bingo.
Yep. That's
No one
right,
makes it
JP,
out
you've got to
alive.
love her.
VMAC is definitely the female version of Hannibal Lecter. I can just see, you know, Zia under the floorboards and her leaning down in a little crack saying, "You're just one generation away from poor white trash from Arkansas. And now, dinner's ready."
Stop it.
Oh, you got to laugh, don't you?
Well, you'll have to get some... You do that, you will have to get some prizes together. Then
Yeah,
make
we'll get some
different
prizes.
people.
Like free
Hey, Life.
free paving. Hello, Life with Diane. How are you?
Give you a little lotion while you're down there.
Yeah, I'd probably not bother with that one, VMAC. Can you imagine if he said, "Oh, I want to sign the organ donor list"? Doctors would look at him and go, "No, she's right, mate. Have a good day." So is Vinny still here or is he buggered off?
Vinny, you there? Have I missed saying hello to somebody? Celeste? No?
Morning, buddy Boppo.
Hey, buddy. See, sometimes I get confused with people's names. I never realised Buddy Bopper was also
Well, it's
CJ.
Well, yeah, I'm going to say it's CJ.
So how CJ Buddy Bopper? And then I only just realised that Sid's name is Debbie because I sent your parcel today, Debbie. Sid's.
Hi, Mrs. Seed, says Life with Diane. JP is our administrator in this chat. He does whatever he likes. I mean, being the Gold Coast bodybuilder he is and being Australian of the Year, I can't tell him what to do. It's just, he'll just flick someone. I don't know, I didn't hear Vinny, but I went into his room for a few minutes and Irish Marie was just Scary woman. Does sound like she's working in a childcare centre though. Half a dozen kids running around, chalk, windows getting smashed.
Yeah, so Life with Diane. Diane is your name.
Yep, she's got videos.
Yeah, no, I watch them. I just sometimes don't click of when I hear the different names that they're talking about the same person or the one person.
Right, awesome. Hooker will be firing up her channel
Awesome.
live from the near east coast of America. Basically the Helen DeGeneres of Boyd. You just got to wear that, awesome. Just how it is.
What? I missed that.
I don't get to see half of it.
No, what you said.
I'm saying awesome's like Helen DeGeneres. She has a daytime show.
Oh. No, we haven't seen Bully, actually. I've missed the little sweet pea.
When he was here last week, as you know, I said he would lose his rent shortly over on the Great Whale channel, and he said, never going to happen. I said, trust me, it's cycle time. So he's probably in a corner like this. That'll be Bully, about now. Got to wrench me up. He asked for a wrench in here. I'd said there's two characters most of you know, but you don't know a lot of their history from years ago. You ever see Bully in the same room as Juice? You could light a fire by it. There's a lot of history there. And Bully wasn't always Bully, by the way, but I don't give away private information.
Yeah,
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Freedom. Good morning, CJ Buddy Bubba.
I think we've maybe got a bit of lag. Maybe you didn't hear, because we did say hello to you, and that's when I said I didn't realise you were also CJ.
Anyway, Hooker's about to... Hooker, just do this the easy way. When you've fired up your Hangout, stick a link in there and I'll just shut mine down. Too easy.
Who's Bully?
IRC Bully.
The IRC
who lives
Bully.
only to antagonise people and bring out 9mm and buy a dozen iPads.
And wear a pink tutu.
And a pink tutu. But we don't talk about that. Au revoir, Mesdames, Mademoiselle. Sounds like a snake in the grass. Russell? So one of Elvis' mods, Electric, is a mod for Zia. Is that what you're saying?
What?
I don't hold that against her. I do find that she probably could seek therapy if that's the case.
I'm totally confused now. I'm sorry, oh, you just woke up. Yeah, we're just having a coffee, butter.
Yeah, Bubba.
Sorry.
Next thing you're going to say, hey, boss! Boss! CJ, boss!
If you...
Bubba. Don't pick up the soap, Bubba.
Sometimes my words...
Might start a new company, the JP Bubba Gump Company.
Sometimes my
we'll
words
go shrimp fishing.
come out right. Sorry. I have to make an apology video now to CJ.
CJ, this is the same woman, okay, when her daughters were around and were sitting there.
I was tired.
She was going to the kitchen. She turned back and said, does anyone want any cock porn?
I meant to say popcorn.
I'm just saying. Yeah, hey, not in my heart. I pity some of them, as you know. There's some people living miserable lives, for sure.
No, we don't hate. Hate. The only word we use hate for is anchovies. We hate anchovies.
Yeah.
That's it.
See, I don't mind if someone, like on Fat Boy's channel, doesn't know about his history. I don't mind someone telling them the history, because protecting people from deceptive and misleading behaviour is a good thing. Yeah, just put IRC and Bully in the same. He's also a mod on the whale channel, the Discovery channel, where they push very large swarm of whales back into the ocean. He is eating himself to death. Guaranteed.
Yeah, the IRC Bully, yeah. But we've known him for a long, 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 long time.
He's been bitter for many years.
Yes.
There's lots of name changes. I've never changed my name. Yeah, I do, but sometimes, buddy, I also believe in the power of getting and helping people from their knees to their feet. I'm willing to do that, but I ain't willing to walk for them. You know what I mean? I'll have to shut down shortly. You know what awesome's like? I'll just be 5 minutes. I'll just be 5 minutes, and it'd be like 2 hours later, you guys would be sitting in the chat saying, "Are you there?
Would she,
Awesome.
Did she hear you?
Are you there?"
To put a link in? She might not quite have the chat opened yet.
What it is, she's walking through the kitchen, going to her computer, she looks out the window, and there's a squirrel. Ah, that'd be right. It is. I'm happy to tell people if they're being deceived. The guy in the van's not the only one. Let's be honest. It's probably the most annoying for most people, but there are lots of deceptive behaviours and misleading information that people generally stick their hand out in one form or another. Give me your money. But I'm not going to say give me your money. I'm going to say if you'd like to contribute for the wonderful content I'm providing here tonight.
Yes, we'll be putting...
Just go down to the cash thing down the bottom.
Yes.
Put in thousands of dollars.
We'll be putting the super chat up next week to start saving in 12 months' time to go to the US.
Never going to happen. I've been monetised for years and I could do super chat. Not going to happen.
No.
I don't mind making my $9 a month out of my content. That pays for half the steak that I bought yesterday. So in 2 months I've paid for that steak.
Poor Awesome and her plants.
I think we should just send pictures of plants to Awesome, you know, and cover them in like some sort of gel so they can't be destroyed, and put them on a wall. But I'm going to make a garden down the back, and I'm going to dedicate a little corner to the Awesome Hooker vegetable patch.
And Johnny P's garden, because Awesome wants...
Oh no, Johnny P's got the pavilion in the pool.
She wants it next to him.
I love it. I've never really shown a lot of what I grow. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but
you have it.
Bits and pieces, but not much. Yeah, I'm probably one that don't believe in tipping because it's not in our nature in Australia anyway. But I do, don't get me wrong.
Well, we do when
But it's not like someone tells me to do it. As far as I'm concerned, anyone can do whatever they damn please. I won't be sticking up any button that you've got to give me money. I truly am here to have a good time and have a chat, but not... I would never deceive people out of money by sort of half saying something and... No.
No, we
it's
joke
just plain
a lot.
wrong.
We joke a lot.
We have today, was it today or yesterday you sent Sid's?
Sid's today.
Today. No, yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday we've sent Sid's a mysterious package.
If you're listening, Sids, it was yesterday I sent it. But it could take 2 weeks to get there.
And that's my whole month's revenue from YouTube gone on sending to Sid's. Bloody expensive to send stuff to the US.
Like, yeah, it's not a big parcel.
No, you ought to have fun with it. You probably go like this when you have it. There you go.
What did JP write? Unlike most of us here, you guys have money business classes. Have money business class and stuff. We're gonna have to send JP a business class to come here.
What, cargo bay business class, as in like a Chihuahua box? He's got money. JP's loaded.
We use, tell you what, you save up your flyby points, it helps a lot, JP.
What's that?
Flying business class.
Yeah. Generally, if you book normal cargo seats on a plane in Australia, you do it in advance, get the opportunity to upgrade to business class for just a few extra. I just think, I mean, this is just me. Over the years that I've seen all these deceptive behaviours and misleading information produce cash for people, I'm very reluctant to give anyone money on YouTube because of that reason. So that's just me. I don't tell people what they should do with their money because it's their money. And helping is good. But when you found out you've been foxed by somebody, like the teeth never got fixed or the solar panels didn't go in the bulb spot, you know,
Okay,
it's deceptive.
domestic. Drive careful.
Pay for it. Yes, I agree, Laura. I mean, there's free-to-air television. You can pay for cable if you want to. Yeah, but I haven't changed. I just think, you know, and I said this to you a while ago, buddy, about, I remember our conversation, how generally those people in need never ask for it. They never ask for it. You just see the need because you see and you discern that it's genuine. That's a huge difference. Massive difference. You know, when the greedy get needy, they don't deserve anything. If you can... Awesome just went live. All right.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Awesome.
please go over to the Naked Vickers show on Awesome Hooker. Her husband is actually just doing a little budgie smuggler. And Awesome's wearing a bikini. It should be fun. And of course, if that's not true, you can charge Awesome Hooker with false advertising.
All right.